I still remember the weight of my first phone. It was a Nokia 3310. It felt solid. It felt permanent. Back then, holding a Nokia felt like holding the future. I remember spending hours playing Snake under my blanket, thinking this company would live forever. We all did. But in just 6 short years, the brand that defined my childhood evaporated. Most documentaries will tell you how Nokia failed. But today, I want to talk about why. To me, this isn't just a business case study. It is a tragedy about human nature, arrogance, and how success can actually be the most dangerous thing in the world. It's easy for us to sit here in 2024, holding our iPhones, and call Nokia stupid or slow. But I think that's unfair. You have to understand, Nokia wasn't just big. They were the absolute kings. They built the infrastructure that allows us to text, call, and connect today. They pioneered mobile gaming, customizable ringtones, and phones that could survive just about anything. They didn't just sell products. They built the very culture of mobile communication from the ground up. Their global market share was insane, at times exceeding 40%. To put that in perspective, it's like one company dominating the entire smartphone market today. They were a force of nature, but I believe their greatest strength eventually became their poison. They fell in love with their own legacy. They became guardians of their past triumphs, meticulously polishing the trophies they had already won. They started protecting what they had instead of building what they could be. And trust me, comfort is a silent killer. It creeps in slowly, telling you that you've already made it, that there's no need to take risks anymore. That's the trap they fell into. When the iPhone launched in 2007, Nokia executives laughed. Literally. They saw it as a toy, a fragile, expensive gadget that couldn't compete with their durable, reliable workhorses. Now, looking back, it's easy to mock them. But let's be honest, if we were in their shoes, would we have done differently? Think about it. Apple launched a phone with a terrible battery life that barely lasted a day, number 3G connectivity in a world moving towards faster data, and a glass screen that seemed designed to break. It lacked a physical keyboard, which was considered essential at the time. From a purely technical standpoint, it was inferior. Logically, Nokia was right. The iPhone was flawed. But their mistake was looking at the world through the eyes of an engineer, not a human being. They saw specs, not emotions. They missed the feeling. They didn't understand that people didn't just want a phone. We wanted magic. We wanted an experience that felt futuristic, intuitive, and personal. And Steve Jobs gave us magic. He gave us a window to the internet in our pockets, an interface we could touch and manipulate. He sold a dream, not a device. Nokia sold the best phone. Apple sold a better future. This is the part of the story that really frustrates me. It's the part that feels so avoidable and so painfully human. Did you know Nokia actually invented a touchscreen smartphone and a tablet years before the iPhone and the iPad even existed? They had the tech. They had the patents. They had the engineers who saw the future coming. So why did they fail? If you have ever worked in a big corporate office, you know exactly why. Bureaucracy, internal politics, fear. The organization had become so large and so fragmented that different departments were competing against each other instead of against the real competition. Good ideas were born in the labs but died in the boardrooms. It wasn't the iPhone that killed them. It was the internal politics. It was the managers saying no to new ideas because they were scared to lose their bonuses or disrupt the status quo that had made them successful. It was a culture that rewarded predictable, incremental improvements over risky, revolutionary leaps. To me, that is the saddest part. They weren't murdered by a competitor. They committed suicide by refusing to change. They had the winning lottery ticket in their hand and chose not to cash it. Then came 2011, the year of the fatal mistake. The company was bleeding, and they needed a savior. They appointed Elop as CEO. And he made a monumental decision. They would partner with Microsoft and its new Windows Phone operating system instead of adopting Google's Android. I have often wondered, what if Nokia had chosen Android? Imagine a phone with Nokia's legendary hardware quality, its world-class camera technology, and the vast open ecosystem of Android, a device with the soul of a Nokia and the brain of Google. It would have been unstoppable. It could have been the ultimate Samsung killer, the only true competitor to the iPhone. But in my opinion, their choice to go with Windows wasn't strategy. It was desperation. It was a Hail Mary pass from a quarterback who knew the game was already lost. It was an attempt to create a third ecosystem, a noble goal perhaps, but one that was too little, too late. The app gap was too wide, and the world had already chosen its two champions. And just like that, the king was dead. The ship had hit the iceberg, and this was the final, irreversible plunge into the icy depths. Today, the Nokia brand is gone from our pockets. The name still exists, licensed to another company, but the Titan we once knew is a ghost. I keep this story close to my heart as a personal warning. It reminds me that no matter how successful I become, I must never stop learning. I must never get too comfortable. Success is not a destination, it's a moving target. It requires constant vigilance, humility, and the courage to tear down what you've built if it means you can build something better. Because the moment you start protecting your past is the moment you lose your future. The moment you believe your own legend is the moment it begins to end. What do you think? Do you miss the old Nokia days? Or was their fall inevitable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.